One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Clemson Tigers, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jet. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will have the football first. There are always butterflies to start a game. Adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Got his man downfield. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Seminoles. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Clemson's offense will get the ball for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So, no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
They just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fair catch called for and made. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going over the top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked. maybe even double team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Catch in the middle. It's Glass. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. It's a draw. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. Quick completion on the out. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on 3rd down at the dome. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language of this defense. It has changed.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 30. Coverage team was down there to corral. Mark it at the 39. Opening play of the drive from the 39. They'll start this drive going to the air. Flips it out on the screen. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Plucks it out of the air. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. The Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll leave it with him. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. He'll sneak it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Rides the back on the option, the give. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. They'll give it to the back. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Firing to the right, complete. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Strong, firm tackle. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is good. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the ground. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. The Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. He did a great job finding return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. It's complete to the left. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him. Maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Knowles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Easy completion on the shuffle. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And the Seminoles come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Now the play fake. Fires to the right. This dude is just a master along the sideline, getting that foot in bounds for the nice gain. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. So now on comes the field goal unit. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Going right to work up top. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Complete in the middle. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's going to throw deep right side. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. I'm not sure he made it out of the end zone, and it is a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water. Great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And he'll just take a knee in this. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking for a gap. It's Ellis. Got the first down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly. Complete to the left. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Glass. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd. And touchdown, Florida State.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop and limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
run from inside his own 5. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They'll run play action. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. They're working that left side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Able to run it out to the 28 on first down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Got him downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Under fire. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Gonna look downfield again. Makes the catch. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Wheels it in down the left side. Sprinting away. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then lift.
Touchdown, no! Fit it in the window for the score.
Attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun to give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The play action fake. That's caught. It's Smith. Hard running there. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there. A cacophony of noise They'll try to get it through the air. He's got it. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. It's complete on the right side. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. The RPO, it's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Leaves him with the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Off the RPO, complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Running to Green. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. He's at the 30. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. In the 4th quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. The give to the right. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. They've already put 1 field goal on the board. This one will need to be well struck from 44 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. fourth down, going to the air. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's incomplete.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Rushes on him. He's got it on the run. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Connors. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Good right down the boulevard. Bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Got his man to the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Finds a man in the middle. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback. Dropping back, not giving up the big play.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Fires to the big fella. He works his way inside the 30. They'll mark him down at the 29. It brings up fourth down, and let's see what they do. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the... Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Gibson. He make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for the squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe.